That's a lot better. Boy, I tell you, I could really use a vacation. There's all kinds of places I can go. I can go to Europe or maybe even Hawaii, but wait a second. We live in Alaska.
I bet you if you polled most people worldwide, Alaska would be near the top of the list of dream vacations to go. So, as Alaskans, why don't we get out and take advantage of it?
For this edition of GoDoAK, I'm going to show you that a dream Alaskan vacation is really just down the road. In fact, we're going to start out our dream vacation on the road, the Glenn Highway. Well, most people, when they think of the Glenn Highway, they think of stuff like this. But did you know that the Glenn Highway is actually a national scenic byway? And at the Mat-Su Visitors Bureau, you can pick up a guide. They'll take you everywhere from a museum to glaciers to lakes, even to where they found a dinosaur. Let's go. Now you might figure if you're going to drive down a national scenic byway that a guide like this isn't much help. I mean, I can't exactly read when I'm driving. Oh, hey, an audio guide. That helps out a lot.
Welcome to the last frontier and the Glenn Highway National Scenic Byway.
The Anchorage Museum is the first stop for the guide, and it's currently undergoing a major renovation, but it'll be open soon with a lot more space and a lot more fun stuff. So let's head on down the road. Okay, about 25 miles ago, we started our journey at the Anchorage Museum. Since then, we've passed the Alaska Native Heritage Center and the Eagle River Nature Center. But now we're about to pull up on stop number 5, which is one of my favorite places to take people from out of town.
Site number 5, Thunderbird Falls Trailhead. Located 1 mile from the Eklutna exit at mile marker 26.5, Thunderbird Falls is an easy 1 mile hike, give or take, along a 6-foot wide gravel trail through a mostly birch forest to a boardwalk and viewing platform right at the falls. Over many years, Thunderbird has cut a deep channel in the Rocky Mountainside, a great spot to take photos. Even though the trail is rated as easy to moderate, you should always bring bottled water on any hike. Site number 8. The Matanuska Convention and Visitors Bureau Center, located at mile marker 34.
The Mat-Su Visitors Center is where you can pick up your own copy of the Scenic Byway Guide. It's a big help as you head further down the road.
A little further down the road at mile marker 40.2 is the South Palmer Station. It's a new point along the Alaska Railroad. The facility includes a new rail station, restrooms, and handicap parking. The 7 interpretive panels display the intrinsic values of the Glenn Highway National Scenic Byway.
The great thing about the drive is that the views are pretty much constant.
At mile marker 50 is the Gold Rush Centennial Pull-Off. Now you gotta stop here because the view is absolutely spectacular. The site sits on a bluff and the Matanuska River runs right directly below. The Knik Glacier can be seen to the southeast and the Matanuska Valley Farms all lie to the west. And if you don't believe me, it's just right here in your guide. At mile marker 76.1 is the King Mountain State Recreation Site. It's camping and day use area on the banks of the Matanuska River. Campground has 22 sites, picnic shelters, fireplaces, picnic tables, water, and toilets. And from the Matanuska River to the Matanuska Glacier, it's a beautiful 25-mile ride up into the hills to the overlook of the Matanuska Glacier State Recreation Site, where you can find both campgrounds and amenities. The site is at milepost 101, and once again we find some very informative interpretive panels, and also you can get a telescopic view of the world-famous Matanuska Glacier.
The Matanuska Glacier descends 12,000 feet and is the largest glacier accessible by car in Alaska.
And then it's back on the road to the next stop.
If you think this drive would be boring for kids, how about dropping the word dinosaur?
Then just up the road at milepost 118 is the Chicxulub-Knik-Nelchina Trailhead system. Now they discovered a hadrosaur here, which is a duck-billed dinosaur, and it was discovered near this site, so be careful. Once again, you'll find some very informative interpretive panels. This one shows you how you have access to at least 5 different hikes just from this trailhead system alone. As you leave the trailhead system, you see some more wonderful views of the mountains and a quick look up the road towards the end of our journey. And our journey ends right here at milepost 137, the Little Nelchina River. This is the edge of the Matanuska Borough. This is also a place where you can get views of 4 different mountain ranges, the Talkeetna, the Chugach, and the Wrangell Mountains, and the Alaska Range. Phew, well, it's been a great trip. We've covered 137 miles. Let's take a look back on what we've accomplished today, and then let's go find some grub and a place to stay.
Our trip has taken us from the Anchorage Museum to the gorgeous Thunderbird Falls. The trip was a great way to get out and see what we have in our own backyard, and except for gas, the rest of the trip was free. The Palmer Hay Flats, scenic pullouts, gorgeous campsites, and informative stops have greeted us every step of the way. The Glenn Highway Scenic Byway is great for everyone from singles, families, and the budget-conscious alike. And how about that food and shelter now?
There are a lot of great places to stay out in the valley, and the Matsu B&B Association is a great resource. For tonight, we decided to stay at the Matanuska Lodge. It's at milepost 100 on the Glenn Highway.
The Matanuska Lodge immediately hits you with its beauty, and for me, the hot tub on the deck didn't hurt either. And from that deck, you can soak in panoramic views of the nearby mountains with a small lake that's just a short stroll away. And if you feel like something more than strolling, well, get a paddle boat or a canoe. The house boasts a gourmet kitchen, a full bar downstairs, and 5 rooms that each have amazing decor and a truly Alaskan ambiance. And for me, there's one thing I always have to check right off the bat. Sweet jet tub. The main room opens to a fireplace, comfy couches, and plenty of natural light. The upstairs viewing room is a great place to look for Dall sheep, while ducks, well, they're right on the wall. And the food, oh boy. Cornish game hen, salmon, moose, but save room for dessert, because it's
yummy.
Our host Diane Van Dam sums it up best.
I think what makes it the most special is how relaxed it is. I think your cares just melt off of you when you get up here, and you can leave your job and life behind and settle in for the weekend.